Kate Middleton is currently isolating at Kensington Palace after coming into contact with someone who has tested positive for COVID, but her husband Prince William isn't isolating at all. For most of us, spending 10 days trapped in our homes, staring at the same walls every day, could well leave us stir-crazy. But self-isolating when you're a member of the royal family is a rather different experience. Kate has reportedly tested negative in the past week and has received both her vaccinations. All the same, Kate, like the rest of us, must abide by the rules. Under the current government guidelines, the Duchess was the one to come into contact directly with the COVID-positive case, but as her husband wasn't present when the contact occurred, he doesn't have to stay at home. Even though the couple obviously live together along with their children, and have close contact, it is only if Kate Middleton began experiencing symptoms or testing positive for the virus that Prince William would be told to isolate at home too. Therefore, life at Kensington Palace with the Cambridge's employees will be able to operate as normal with no disruption, but the Duchess will remain at home until her isolation period ends. Kate had already had to self-isolate in the spring of 2020, when her husband contracted coronavirus, severely. It is believed that the Duchess was alerted on Friday afternoon, after her visit to Wimbledon. Insiders reveal how she'll be spending her time in the next few days. Kensington Palace isn't a bad place to be stuck inside though as her private home. It has 20 rooms from the basement to the attic, including 5 reception rooms, 3 main bedrooms, dressing rooms, a night and day nursery, and its own staff quarters. Photographs inside the royal home have revealed its traditional but grand interiors with lots of ornate furnishes, luxury touches, and plenty of space. There, they also have their household staff, ensuring Kate won't need for anything during her isolation. Her self-isolation also means she won't be able to cheer England on at Wembley in their Euros semi-finals match on Wednesday. A huge tennis fan and patron of the Lawn Tennis Association, Kate will no doubt be gutted she won't be able to return to Wimbledon again in person. Kate was told to isolate on Friday after she had spent the afternoon at Wimbledon. But, as any armchair fan knows, if there's ever a week when you would be happy to stay at home and watch telly, this is it. Kate also loves baking, so Kate could well be making use of extra her time at home by whipping up some treats for George, Charlotte and Louis. She also likes to make Prince William's favorite chocolate biscuit cake, which he requested as for their wedding 10 years ago. And of course, speaking of the children, like any working mum, Kate will still have her hands full when they return from school and nursery. As a senior royal with a full schedule, she will probably appreciate having some extra time to devote to them. Kate has a private gym at her disposal. She will also spend time exercising every day to maintain a fit figure. Kate recently launched her big project, the Royal Foundation Center for Early Childhood. Kate's work can continue while she is staying indoors as she has her own office there, so there's no excuse for a day in front of the television for the Duchess. During self-isolation, she can handle the behind-the-scenes work. The Duchess has made the most news recently for her social media activity, with the Cambridges approaching their Instagram account in particular in a much more personal way. The Duke and Duchess used to have a social media team who would write the captions for them, but their recent messages would suggest that it is Kate and Wills themselves who are doing the uploading. From their cheering on England in the Euros quarter-finals to Prince William uploading a personal message from himself and Prince Harry about their mother, the Duke and Duchess have started writing captions in the first person, signing off with their names. This was most recently true of Kate Middleton, who uploaded a fun video of herself doing a light response test at Wimbledon. How'd I do? #Wimbledon. Kate captioned the video, which went on to rake in over 250,000 likes. The internet certainly seems to like it, with Kate and William's new relaxed approach seeing their popularity soar. With Kate in isolation, William moved forward meeting respiratory ward nurses, counselors and care workers, along with staffers in non-clinical roles, including catering managers and housekeeping coordinators. Prince William hosted a tea party honoring the UK's Public Health Service on Monday, without his planned co-host, wife Kate Middleton. William made up for her absence by chatting to guests for an extra 30 minutes as he moved around 5 tables laid out in the palace's garden. William and Kate became joint patrons of NHS charities together, an umbrella organization made up of 240 NHS member charities based within hospitals, mental health trusts, ambulance trusts, community health trusts and health boards across the UK, in December 2020. After becoming joint patrons of NHS charities together last December, William and Kate came up with the idea of holding a special event to thank frontline workers on behalf of the nation. The organization became a household name during the pandemic following the efforts of the late Captain Sir Tom Moore, the Second World War veteran who raised more than £30 million for NHS charities together by walking 100 laps of his garden in Bedfordshire. Millions more were raised by the public and around £125 million has already been allocated to healthcare organisations including local hospital trusts and mental health programmes. The Palace gathering was one of hundreds up and down the country after more than 5,000 people applied to hold their own big tea party in local streets, schools, sport clubs and churches as a way of thanking their local community heroes on the 73rd anniversary of the NHS. Prince William keeps a tight watch on rumours about his family. In a new report from the Daily Mail, it has been revealed that William's staff stepped in to have footage removed from the ITV documentary, Harry and William: What Went Wrong?, which aired in the UK on Sunday night. ITV and producer Spun Gold removed comments from Omid Scobie, in which the royal editor alleged that Prince William's office briefed newspapers about concerns regarding Prince Harry's mental health. After carefully considering the request, ITV chose to remove any reference to mental health from the sequence, although they chose to keep in Mr. Scobie's comment about an alleged briefing from Kensington Palace relating to Harry. The Mail also suggested in the report that Kensington Palace had hinted at possible legal action if the line was not removed, telling the network that such a suggestion, if it formed part of the ITV program, would be defamatory in that it was substantially untrue. In another royal family news, Princess Anne has been stepping up for her mother Queen Elizabeth II by presiding over several royal functions. The latest of these was the annual sitting of the Isle of Man's Parliament on July 5. Princess Anne's presence at the event seems to confirm reports that both Anne and Prince Charles will shoulder greater royal responsibilities after the death of their father. But while Princess Anne has plenty of royal obligations to fulfill, her daughter Zara Tindall doesn't have the same pressures placed on her. This is because Zara and her brother Peter Phillips weren't given titles from the Queen, and have chosen to pursue interests beyond the crown. Zara seems to have capitalized on this freedom by honing her equestrian talents. In 2006, she was crowned BBC Sports Personality of the Year, an honor she followed up on a year later by winning gold and silver at the World Equestrian Games in Germany. "I'm very lucky that both my parents decided to not use the title and we grew up and did all the things that gave us the opportunity to do," Zara shared in 2015.
Thank you for watching. If you liked, feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates. We will update the latest videos about the royal family every day. Thanks and goodbye.